Hello friends, hope you're having a great week so far. Thank you as always for joining me in our weekly devotion videos. We are back from our vacation and back from our break. And what I realized over the course of the last week is that the last 3 devotional videos, so the end of Psalms and the 2 reflections on Philemon, were both cut off by the uploading software. I didn't realize this when it uploaded. I thought it was going to upload the full video, and so we're in the process of re-uploading these in their entirety and deleting the old posts so that you can work through them at your own convenience. I wanted you to have those, but since the video's cut off, and I usually leave what we're reading for the next time to the end, you probably don't even realize what we're studying together now. And so today I'll introduce to you the book of Genesis. We're going to go back to the beginning of Scripture, and we're going to work our way through the book of Genesis over the course of the next couple of months. Now, I say couple of months because Genesis is 50 chapters long, and some of these passages are rather lengthy. They are, in many cases, narratives and have a cohesive storyline that it follows from the beginning of God's involvement in creation to the death of Joseph in chapter 50. And so we're going to work our way through at a relatively relaxed pace. For this week, read through chapter 5 if you can. They're familiar texts if you've spent any amount of time in church. And for today, I just want to focus on Genesis 1, 1, and 2. They're familiar texts if you've read through the Bible at all, or have been in church or Sunday school. Genesis 1, 1, and 2 read, "Now, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." Familiar texts. But often we import our own understanding of creation, which is God creates from nothing. There was nothing before creation. God creates because he is the only being, and then everything springs into existence from his act of creation. And that's true. God creates from nothing. He brings forth from nothing everything that exists. He is himself uncreated and creates everything by his own power and goodness. But that's not the way that the Jewish audience who would have listened to this text and memorized it growing up would have understood the process of God's creation here in Genesis 1. Now, in Jewish cosmology, they would have said that there was a primordial soup before history began. That before everything that we know as the world today, there was chaotic waters of pre-creation, and that God subdues the chaos of this primordial soup and brings it under his dominion and power. He reigns over it and subdues it and creates good, ordered, created beings and systems out of this chaos. In the process, he would have subdued the monsters of chaos, Behemoth and Leviathan, which pop up throughout the book of Psalms, in Job, and in some of the apocalyptic literature of the Bible. And so we see all of these different underlying assumptions here in the book of Genesis, the very beginning. And it reveals to us a God who brings order from chaos, who takes disorder and brings goodness to bear as a result. He is the God who subdues all chaos and disorder and brings goodness and purpose to all of creation. And so as we reflect on this text, I have to ask, what in your life is chaotic right now? The world seems to be moving at a dizzying pace, and many times our lives are chaotic. They are constantly moving back and forth. The energy that they emanate is just hard to grasp. It's out of control. And we seem like we're spinning and moving out of control. But God is the God of order. And he brings peace, and he brings goodness, and he brings light to the chaos. Where there was disorder, God gives purpose, and God gives clarity. And so I don't know what your life is like right now, what is chaotic in your world, but we serve a God who brings order from the chaos. He brings peace from disunity. He brings harmony in the lives of his created order. And so whatever you happen to be facing, the God of creation can speak to the chaos and subdue it in your life. He can tame the wild waters that may surround you. So thank you for joining me this week. And we will see you next time. Remember, work your way through Genesis chapter 5 for the end of the week. And I will see you later this week with another reflection within that span of text. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.